Choose Live and Live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
A federal high court reprimanded 4 businessmen for producing substandard lubricant, as the Standards Organization of Nigeria uncovers a syndicate that specializes in counterfeiting electric cables in Alaba Market, Lagos. Plus, a special focus on block and what you should know about this all-important product. Hello and welcome to another interesting edition of your program, our program, Standard and You. It's an educative program powered by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, brought to you on this station at this time every Monday. Please relax and enjoy the program. My name is Ifoma Okonkwo.
Our interest in small and medium-scale enterprises is born out of government desire to grow that sector of our economy. And that we've been doing well with the Office of the Vice President and other sister agencies to inculcate the culture of quality assurance to small and micro enterprises. We've been doing this by participating with other sister agencies in SME clinics that is being organized by the Office of the Vice President, and it has been a resounding success.
Choose Live and Live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Why you dey buy fake product, Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. The SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
Standards Organization of Nigeria. Improving lives through standards.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us on the program. Let's begin on a positive note as we tell you that some members of a syndicate that specializes in counterfeiting electric cable ran out of luck when officials of the Standards Organization of Nigeria stormed their hideout in Alaba Market in Lagos. The raid at the market was carried out by the Standards Organization of Nigeria in collaboration with representatives of Cable Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, CAMAN. Here are details of that exercise.
The raid was sequel to an intelligence report on a consignment of cables traced to a location in Alaba Market where the suspects conduct their illegal business. What they do is import either foreign branded or unbranded cables into the country and relabel the products with those of popular local brands. Coordinator of the Surveillance, Intelligence and Monitoring Unit of SON, Suleiman Issa, told Standard and You that the agency had been on the trails of the perpetrators. Twice he explained they escaped from their hideouts in Alaba, but were eventually arrested by the officials of the SON.
These products are in 3 different types. One, that is the unbranded products, and all they do, we also saw a lot of labels of different local companies made in Nigeria. So they put those labels and then they brand this product using their local equipment. The second type is the one that comes complete. It comes like that. It's imported, so they somehow, we don't know how they do, but well, probably they smuggle them in. So we saw those ones. And then the last category is the one that will come with the outside, the labeling outside showing their own products. Meanwhile, the product inside is actually engraved with these local products, the made in Nigeria cable that are known for good quality. So we were there and we evacuated all the products we have seen. But of course, they don't keep everything with them in the shops or in their so-called mini factory, because what they do is a continuous thing, daily. They do daily production. So the ones we sold there, we evacuated everything, and that's what you have here. So investigations are still ongoing for us to locate the main warehouse where they keep these products, and then they pick them bit by bit to do the branding, and then take them back only to sell to buyers when the need for them arise.
Some of the items recovered by the agency include 129 rolls of cable wires, fabricated contraptions used for coiling cables, labels of popular selling local brands.
What we find out is that the practice is very high in Alaba International Market. And we've been working with the market leaders of electrical dealers in the market. And we wanted a situation whereby there will be self-regulation, where the market dealers will not allow a few of them to cause these problems in the market. We want self-regulation. But the directive from management is that anybody found should be arrested and be taken to police for prosecution.
He commended members of the association for their commitment to work with the SON to check the distribution, importation and manufacture of substandard electric cables in Nigeria. Suleiman Issa wants genuine operators in other sectors of the economy to take a cue from cable manufacturers who have remained consistent in their quest to sanitize the cable market. He advised those still in the business of counterfeiting to desist from the illegal act or risk sanctions. Those arrested in connection with the seizure, he explained, will be charged to court.
A federal high court in Lagos has reprimanded 4 men in prison custody for producing substandard lubricants. The men Johnson Uche, Olaide Shitu, Kingsley Meteke, and Abdul Qadri Olayinka, according to Justice Oluremi Oguntoyibo, will remain in custody pending the arraignment.
The arraignment couldn't go on because their lawyer was not in court, even though the young man called me some time ago and I communicated today's date to him. But unfortunately, he was not in court. So for the fair hearing on the part of the defender, the court gave us 1st of March for me to write to the lawyer that still the defendant counsel for the next adjourned date so that their arraignment can take place. Meanwhile, the court has ordered that they should be remanded in prison.
According to the SON, the defendants and others now at large on the 2nd of January 2019 at number 2 Eshugbai Street, NPA Quarters, Marina Beach, produced adulterated lubricants for public consumption. The prosecution said the engine oil did not comply with the Nigerian industrial standards, an offense punishable under Section 26 of the SON's Act 2015.
They were caught in the act of adulterating engine oil. You know, engine oil, we all use it for vehicle and other engine items. So they were caught in the very act and they were apprehended. We handed them over to the security agency, the Nigerian police, who investigated the matter. And at the end of the investigation, there were weighty elements that they actually committed the offense. Then we filed a 4-count charge against them, and that's why we are here. You know, one thing Nigerians should know is that the Director General of Standard Organization of Nigeria and the entire management has no tolerance with any substandard activities. Of course, that is the core mandate of the organization. And most Nigerians are of the opinion that after 4 o'clock, the government activities will be suspended till the following day. But I can assure you that day and night, the organization is working, even on holiday and weekend. So these ones now, they never knew that we could act at that particular day when most Nigerians relax mood. But it is a warning to other like minds who are out there to perpetrate criminal acts that, like the saying, SON is watching all the people who have criminal intentions.
As we speak, we still consider lubricants as life-threatening. because it's the life wire of our movement, of our industrialization, of our economy, anything that threatens the blood that these things use in running. And if we take it lightly, we're all going to be doomed together. And I sincerely beg that I won't be part of such a process.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigeria SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards to improve made in Nigeria products for export. We have developed more standards for products like sesame, cocoa, gari, and more, courtesy of our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turned around time for SUNCAP, MANCAP, and other certification processes. SON has intensified market surveillance, raids, and seizures to reduce substandard products in circulation, and offenders shall be prosecuted. Join SON in ridding our nation of substandard products. If you see something, say something. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standards.
The program you're watching is Standard and You. Last week on the program, our satellite was on bulbs, and we told you all you needed to know about that product. This week, we shall examine one important building material, block, against the backdrop of disturbing incidents of building collapse.
It's made from a mixture of cement, clean water, and sharp sand. It's an important building material used in the construction of walls and homes. The business of block molding is no doubt a lucrative one that has continued to thrive in Nigeria following the increasing house need of the nation. Our focus is on the quality of the concrete block, which has generated concerns amongst stakeholders, especially the Standards Organization of Nigeria. This is because there are thousands of non-professional molders who operate in the industry.
In a bag, for you to have a good blocks, 30, because we have two types of block, or three types, but majorly the one that is common in the market is 9 inches, 6 inches, and 4 inches. So in a bag, for a good blocks, 9 inches is 30 blocks. You can go below. We have two types of blocks, low-bearing blocks and non-load-bearing blocks. The load-bearing blocks are the blocks that can be used for partitioning houses and that can carry heavy tension, while non-load-bearing is just used for fencing and otherwise.
There are thousands of unregistered block molders who, apart from being bereft of the knowledge on block molding, also compromise on standard.
I won't say that all my members are compliant, but majorly, I can beat my chest and say at least 60–65% is compliant.
This, experts say, accounts for the prevalence of substandard construction or concrete blocks in the market.
We have so many intruders, retirees from government sectors, private sectors who have retired, and we feel it's a level playing ground for them. So when we try to say no, what knowledge do you have? Some of them will be blowing grammar, telling us I am a past accountant, I'm a past this and that. So we are seeking for the help of government to help us, to check on these people's excesses. And also, we also have the challenges of engineers. Those call themselves engineers, whether government or private sectors. They will go beyond their limit. Their own is to build a house or build a structure. They don't have the knowledge of producing blocks, but you see them, because it's a level playing ground, they will buy machines and start production. And we told them, because this issue of building collapse, SON will always, come back to the block molders, thinking we are the one causing it. So, and whereas it is the fault of these engineers because they have no knowledge. Like I said, some people will not think when I get sand, I can mold, I can do blocks. But it's not all sand that can give you a better blocks. If you are using sand that is with clay, it will not give you a good result. If you are using dirty water to do your mixtures, it will not give you a good result. So we are crying and asking government to come to our aid.
Members of the association want buyers and owners of structures to deal with registered block molders and insist on quality.
The little experience I've had here is people who are building their own houses always insist on quality blocks. I don't even need to know you. They come in here, they check my blocks. Wow, this is solid. They are ready, but you find out that, I tell you, like the engineers, like the developers, because they want to cut costs, many of them are ready to come down on quality just to make big profits. But what stands us out here is that we do, not only do we do quality, we also do quantity. I make sure that my stock doesn't go below 30,000 blocks at any time, whether or not I have sales. And one thing about your blocks, once they are properly watered, and the longer they stay, the stronger it becomes.
Welcome back. We're still talking quality and how to achieve a standard block. I have with me in the studio Group Head, Civil and Building of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Engineer Joseph Ugbaja. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir, we'll begin the program by asking you what is a block and how it is made.
Okay, the block is a composite material made up of cement, water, and sand. We have ratios, we have types of blocks. These materials are combined in certain ratios, like we have the load-bearing blocks. It's produced using ratio 1:6, that is 1 part of the cement and 6 parts of sand. Then we have the non-load-bearing blocks, and the ratio is 1:8. That is 1 part of cement and 8 parts of sand. So whatever measure you are using to get this things, this quantity must be the same. Like if you are using the head pan and 6 parts of sand, and if you decide to use the wheelbarrow, it's the same 1 wheelbarrow of cement and 6 wheelbarrows of sand. That is for the load bearing, because the load bearing is supposed to be stronger, it carries more load.
Okay. Okay, what's the standard strength of a block?
The standard strength, we have 3.5 megapascals or kilonewtons per millimeter squared for the load bearing. Then we have 1.5 for the non-load bearing. Sometimes we go to their association whenever they are having their general meetings, we talk to them, we interpret the standards to them, and they are even part of the standards. Like if you pick a copy of the block standard, you will see the members of the association, some of the executives, we invite them because the standard itself is a consensus document.
Okay, it's becoming a source of worry to many. Can you actually discuss the challenges that these people have, in the block industry?
The problem is the association they don't really have a firm grip of their members. That is why you have some members who on their own decide to opt out. They are not willing to belong to the association. The association have a lot to do because we work with the association. We give them feedbacks through the association, like if we want to hold sensitization sessions for them. We write to the association. It's now the duty of the association to mobilize their members. And where they fail in that, it becomes a bit more challenging for us to go to the street and get each of them, you know, talk to mobilize them. So we rely so much on the association. And whenever they report anybody to us, we know how to take care of such cases, but they are not forthcoming.
Okay, are there substandard blocks?
Sure, there are substandard blocks because everybody wants to cut corners. Sometimes we pick the samples of the block from their production site, we test in our lab, and we discover that they don't meet up with the strength requirement, especially because a critical parameter. Like I told you, they expected the load-bearing blocks are expected to have a minimum strength of 3.5 megapascals, and the non-load bearing minimum of 1.5. But it's not uncommon to see load-bearing blocks that should have 3.5 getting 1.5 or even 2. So this, surely you see substandard blocks. And whenever we see such, we go in and confiscate whatever they have done and make sure that it's not sold to the public.
Okay, so how do we find ourselves out of this mess? Who, aside the block molders, what about the engineers, you know, the builders? What are these issues?
No, the builders, like we tell them, we have the list of producers with our quality mark. I'm sure you are aware of the MANCAP, Mandatory Conformity Assessment Program. We have a quality mark that is called MANCAP for locally produced products. And the blocks without that MANCAP sign are not quality products.
Thank you, sir, for coming on the program.
Thank you.
It's been an educative one.
Thank you.
Over now to Alimoto Sifo for the feedback segment.
Hello and glad to have you on the feedback segment of the program. I am Halimot Osifo. Information is power. Do you agree? A lot of times, when you buy a product with little or no knowledge of it, you end up regretting. It's because you have no adequate information about the product to enable you make a right choice. Before making a purchase, it's important to examine the product properly. Check the labeling information, best before date, certification marks, and more to avoid buying a defective product, fake, substandard, or expired item. As a manufacturer or an importer, do you have information on the available standards for your products? Knowing these standards will facilitate compliance and not only help consumers get value for their money, but also protect them from possible harm. As a regulatory agency, Standards Organization of Nigeria provides basic information on product quality and safety, and this is based on international standards or Nigerian industrial standards. Without information about an imported product or made in Nigeria products, SON will have no product database for traceability. So, register your products today. Truly, information is power. If you know what it takes to make a quality product, you will sell right and get no complaints from consumers. Also, if you know what a quality product is, you would buy right and be satisfied. Remember, Standards Organization of Nigeria also needs information from you, the consumer. Do not hesitate to report cases of fake and substandard products to the SON. We have state offices across the nation. Reach out to us, ask questions, seek clarifications, get information, and use it wisely. You can also send in your messages to the number 0705-972-4455. Follow us on any of our social media platforms, and you can watch the program online, on the go, anywhere at youtube.com/standardandyou. From the entire production crew, good evening.
Why you dey buy fake product, yeah. Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.